Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hello, Jamie.
All right, we're back for another episode. Local SEO in 10.
That's right.
All right. What's today's topic?
Okay, so today I wanted to talk about the top 3 mistakes that businesses make with their Google listing. So
cool.
When you make these mistakes, your business can feel it. And when you correct them, your business will definitely see a jump in phone calls and contacts, messages, and business, which is what we all want.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
So are you ready?
Yeah, of course. What's
Okay,
number one?
Well, first, before we get into the easiest ones, these are all, if you have an unclaimed listing, this is assuming you've done the basics. So you've claimed your listing, your business is marked as open, you have the correct phone number, correct address, your map pin is correct, you've done the basics. So these are when we take over a client, we make sure that these 3 things are done correctly, because if they weren't, then that business has suffered, even though maybe they don't even know it, which is crazy. Okay, so number 1, incorrect category choice.
Ooh.
So for when we put our business on Google, we want to make sure Google gives us, some basic lists of categories that we can use in order to categorize our business, and we can do subcategories, etc. But an easy example for us, we took on a client a few months ago. They're a personal injury law firm. Their category was law firm.
Oh, okay.
And so that is a very broad category. It's great if you want calls from people who want you to set up their will.
Right.
But if that's not what you do, then if what you want is personal injury calls, you want to make sure that your category is chosen correctly to bring in the business that you most want. So this could be, I've seen a roofer whose category was corporate office. So if I'm looking for a roofer, I'm not going to type in corporate office. I'm going to type in roofer. So that kind of thing, it seems simple, but if you're leaving this up to somebody else to do for you, maybe they don't really care as much. A great service or a great tool that we use, it's called Plepper, PLEPER.com. We'll put it in the show notes. They have an updated list of Google listings, or Google categories, because there's thousands and thousands. And so when you choose one, you can also choose their correct subcategories that are closest to what you do as well. Okay, so that's good. Got it? All right.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Basic.
Yeah, it seems basic, but this is it's basic for us. And now that
Can I ask a quick question then?
Sure, go for it.
What if your category is not there, or you can't find it?
Right. So go to Plepper. You'll be able to do a short search. Pick the categories that are closest to you, and then you can use those categories. That's all you can do. So if your category is not listed there, those categories, they're updated all the time. And it's not like Google comes out and goes, hey, we added 100 more categories today. You have to check every once in a while, go to, like I said, Plepper or other places on the internet, look for your category. It might have been added. In industries like CBD, like cannabis and stuff like that, those categories are really fluid. They're getting more and more specific in their categories. It just takes time. All right. Next one. If you have a business with multiple locations, say you have one in this city, and then you have the one in the next city, and then you have another one in the neighboring city. So you have 3 different Google listings.
Right.
So now what it used to be, you would put a radius. So around your, we serve clients in a 10-mile radius around our business. Now when you did that, if those radii, so the radiuses of each location intersected, Google would get confused. And when Google is confused, they don't show your information.
Interesting.
And so we've seen that happen with law firms, of course, where they had overlapping service areas. And now Google took away the radius. So now you are asked to provide the names of the cities or your zip codes. Make sure that if you have multiple locations, you're making discrete service areas. So you're not using the same zip code in 2 different listings. Because once you do that, once again, if you confuse Google, you're making that algorithm have to make a choice. And that choice will never be in your favor. So that's a big one. Okay, so and that's something that whenever we take over a client, multiple locations, we're making sure that that's been done correctly. 9 times, or in my experience, it's never been done correctly. So you can now do that. Next,
all right.
Number 3.
This
is a weird one. On your Google listing, when you set it up, you're allowed to put your homepage or your website.
Okay.
So if you have if your business has multiple listings, and you put your homepage for every one of those listings, once again, you're making Google confused. Your website should have for every individual location a individual location page.
Oh, wow.
That individual location page should correspond to that individual Google listing. That way, so if it's mycompany.com/Brentwood, that would be that's location. So this way, what we're doing, and then when we do that, we can power up that page with information about that local city. And that means Google knows that you are in that location. It gives your listing geographical relevance. If you just use your homepage, you're missing out on that power to be able to do that. And you're also at the same time potentially confusing Google. And the whole thing about confusing Google is once you do that, you lose. If we confuse, Donald Miller.
Confuse, you lose.
Right. Donald Miller always says, if you confuse, you lose. And this is no more so felt than with Google. If you confuse Google, you lose. If you do everything right, Google rewards you. If you're clear and precise and make sure that you are doing everything that Google wants you to, you will get more phone calls, more messages, and more business.
All right. Well, that sounds very doable with all 3 of those.
All right. That's all for that's the top 3 that I see. If you have any more questions or on any of these, please let me know.
All right. And how do they do that?
You can go to our Facebook page we set up for this podcast. It's Local SEO in 10. Message us through there. Follow us there. You could also go to our Apple podcast page. Give us a review. That'd be nice too.
Yeah. Rate and review. Be awesome.
That would be great.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thanks very much for that very exciting information. I've got to check now my Google listing, make sure I'm not confusing Google.
Yes, you do. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day.
All right. You too. Bye.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.